Hi there, my name's Brian Kelly, and this is a recording of a rehearsal for a talk on exploiting IT for your outreach and marketing. It's the first of probably 3 slides related to this. There are the topics of this particular talk. A bit about me. I helped set up the first university website in the UK and then spent 17 years as a national web advisor. And this was advising universities on best use using the web. Now I'm a volunteer with the Morris Federation, doing a similar job of advising Morris, sword and related sides in exploiting IT technologies. I'm also a rapper dancer, primarily a rapper dancer, joined the Kingsmen in 1978 as a Betty, still do occasional rapper, and also have in the past danced with a number of Cotswold sides. I should say that this recording of this talk will be linked to for the paid for this particular event. So if you go to morrisfed.uk/events, the link to them. Now, this talk is very much focused on marketing, publicity, getting new dancers and musicians, and also getting invited to events. So this initial talk slides will be about the importance of the content text, look at various ways of using text, and then the importance of short videos to make an impact. I'll give an example of a short video, and then the second set of slides I'll show how the short videos can be made. And then the final talk will be about the community. It's not just about you making a video on your own, it's about us all working together collectively for the greater good of sustaining the Morris tradition and getting new members and the like. So the things that you can do and that you will do, and also the things that we within the Morris Federation doing Morris Federation committee. Covered this in a previous Zoom session, so information held on a largish website such as the Morris Fed website, which has loads of links, so every Morris side is a website hopefully will point to the Morris Feds, and this means that Google will think, oh, this is an important website, and I'll give information on that website, a higher profile and higher up Google results than information held on small websites. Basically, that's how it works. And that can be valuable for typical users. So I'm looking for a Morris-side endorser which welcomes new members. Where's that going to deliver traffic to? Or even a more general query, such as I'm looking for a vibrant board of Morris sides. Which side will that deliver traffic to? The bragging, if you want to get invited to big festivals, say it, be proud of yourself. We're the finest mixed Morris side in Lincoln. Notice there are no side names mentioned here. It's obviously easier if you mention side name, but at the moment we're looking for that general marketing for new recruits or event organisers. And you can also have a hashtag, so that can be useful including in videos, but also on your banner or your business card, or you're at an event and you say, if you like us, if you're taking a photo or a video, share it with hash and then the name of your side, and then you can do a Google or a Facebook search for that hashtag, and you can see how people have taken photos and videos of you. So I'll start off with 2 examples. So 2 years ago, the Morris Fed's team ran the servers only held the brief contact information that you can see up at the top here, name, address details, and links to some services and the dance style. So that was all you had, and none of that information was available in Google. So back then, the Morris Fed website was primarily for team members. It wasn't really a marketing tool, but we're moving towards it to be a tool for the general public. So I was quite excited when the service extended, so we could allow descriptions and upload photos and videos. So, and hashtags. So if you do a Google search for hash Mr. Wilkins Schilling or hash Coach Morris, you'll find this type of information, which is obviously, this is the URL for Coach Morris's team profile file. So forget that, it's hash Coach Morris. And here we have the initial description. This is what I said initially. have a paragraph, 2 sentences maybe, to say you dance Northwest Club Morris, you're in Bath, new members are welcome, you dance out and you have fun. Coach Morris did a similar things. But to note, these two sides only really wrote this about a month ago at a Zoom workshop I ran a month ago, which I said this is important. They uploaded the information, and then within a month, it was available on Google. So you can check this for yourselves by searches for those two words. So initially we had them down. So what I now say is have keep this right at the very start, because if you just do that general search, come up with a snippet, and that's the key bit of information that you want. The other information, which is differential profile from others, so there's a focus on the dancers and the history of the name, and a bit about the Morris dance where we practice. So it's important that Google knows that this page is significant. When it was just contact information, Google says that's not a significant page, that's just a directory listing. I don't do directory listings. But now these pages are different. Google will index the pages, and that will drive more traffic to the Morris Fed website. And Google will say if there's lots of traffic to pages on the Morris Fed website, the entire website is getting more important. So I'll give other pages a higher link. So you should thank Mr. Wilkinson and Coach Morris for enhancing the traffic to all the Morris Fed websites, including your team profile. So this is why I'm very keen on ensuring that all Morris Fed sites have this kind of information provided. And let me give you some examples. So here are a typical query. Looking for a Morris site in Dorset, which were welcome to new members, and there are 3 there. Some of them have a Facebook profile, and some people don't say, oh, I don't like profile. And you go there, and we have a brief sentence there, and if you're looking and moved in, blah, blah, blah. So that would be for, I think that's it. This is for John. He's just moved here. He's looking for an activity, and he's fine with Morris there. So another one, a festival organizer. Jane is a new dance festival organizer. She wants people on the committee who said Morris dancing is boring, so she looks for a vibrant Morris side, a vibrant Border Morris side, and look what she finds. She finds Recca Morris, Recca Border Morris, and she's there and she looks them. So a search query, scroll down to the third link, and she gets this thing. She won't use, Jade won't use Facebook, and she gets that straight away. And there's also some links to YouTube videos, so she can get a feel for it. So that's really, really good. The final one is, as an example, Helen's an organizer for events in Lincoln. It's going to highlight the diversity of cultural activities in the country. So she's looking for the finest mixed border side, and there she gets her own website, some other websites about Morris, and then she gets this, and then she finds all of that valuable information that was provided. So that's working. So there are some examples which demonstrate those type of general queries do work. Final one is you have a hashtag. So Anna saw the site last week, and there was an announcement to say we're holding a taster evening. Google Mr. Wilkin Chilling. The second link was to, in this case, it was a TikTok video. I'm not playing the sound here, but you can see there was a taster evening on the 9th of Feb. She goes, oh, that's really good, and let's go along there. They seem like a fun group. So there's another example where the site name might be known, particularly if they promote a hashtag, so it goes to something specific, such as right at the top, the Morris Fed profile, or the next one, which has some hashtag somewhere down there, hash milk of Mr. Wilkin Chilling, goes to that video. So that's a brief summary. So you now know about the words about your site. You know all of this. You're great, you're very friendly, you've done such and such, you're based forever, and maybe some words which provide a feel for your site culture, so make you a bit more approachable. But then you also need words which those potential searchers will use, potential new dancers and musicians, the event organisers, maybe a local journalist or a local historian is interested in the history of the site, which might not be visible if it was just the here's what we dance and come next Tuesday to our history. So you need both of those things. I'm just going to say, can technology help with copywriting? Here are an example. So I say a general thing, advice is write for a particular person and have a focus on that person. There's a technique in the web world to help developing websites and concepts of websites to have a user persona. So you might say, we're a friendly welcome site and invite anyone to join. Okay, I might deconstruct that to say, well, we're going to fold and we're desperate for everybody to come, and it's a bit of a grumpy sod in our side, but hide him for the first couple of practices until you give your results or whatever. So we need something a bit more than that. And if you think about the deconstruction, well, maybe your video shows how great your dancing is, but that can be intimidating. Oh, that's far too complicated for me. I couldn't possibly learn a rapper sword dance. No, I just don't want to do that. I just want something that's nice and friendly. I've seen Morris dancing, and you're all old and bearded. I'm only 45. I'm young these days, and clean shaven. So there might be some subtext associated with those videos, which might alienate people, potential for people. Or I'm from India, and you're all white Anglo-Saxons, inclusive issues, but also the practical issues. I live in a small village, buses into town, finish at 8 o'clock, practice goes on till 9, so how am I going to get home? Or another personal thing, I'm gay, I'm not yet out, group will be homophobic. So the process can be picture them, give them a name, describe their content, maybe just a paragraph, and this can help you focus in your side. From the group, you can look at those things and say, well, how do we help Tom reach those? Katerina has moved from Ukraine recently. She loved folk dancing and she loved to do something similar. How do you target Katerina? You will know if there's Ukrainian refugees have moved into town, so there might be some real world things you can do. Go dance for them outside or online. How do you do it? Or 18-year-old John has seen below the side, he'd love to join. He's got his first car, but he's worried about driving in the dark, but reluctant to admit it. So how do you focus on this? Maybe technology can work. So I'm going to mention something like Chat GPT. Lots of articles in the press recently about it, and I've been exploring it, and I must say I've been very impressed by the quality of the copy that it produces. So I just wrote that, right, a 250 word publicity article for Poaching Morris, the side, Gordon Morris side on LinkedIn, looked to preview answers. Within a few seconds, it wrote this. So if you're looking straight in, if you look at the new hobby, Poaching Morris might be blah blah blah, we're a blah blah blah, new dancers. A bit about Morris dancing, no experience necessary. It's more than just the dance, it's a community. So if you're looking for something new, join us. I think that's fine. I'd be quite happy too. Better than I could probably run these days. And if you don't like it, you can tweak the wording a bit. Use that to inspire the copy that you write. And you can add more words than that. You can say, well, it's done some of those things about sticks and handkerchiefs. We need to say it's boredom, which is different from cotton, or inclusive side for young people. So encourage you to focus on some of those aspects as opposed to this general thing. Oh, that's a bit too long and wordy. Right, 50 word article. Can we get this? Or that might be for you're invited to cinema festival, or you want an article in the local press, in the Lincolnshire Gazette. They say we're going to have an article about you, a photo of you, write something about your history, whatever. Or 20 words, you can do that. I guess if you say, right, a 3-word publicity article, say join Poaching Morris. Need technology to do that. But anyway, there's an example of what Chat GPT can do. It's currently free, can be overloaded, and busy cat today because many people are evaluating it. Look, this was a general query, and it's about, hey, us, we're a mixed board design, we'll teach you, we perform, we meet regularly. What about me? So this is where we might use those user personas. I like to join. I read the blurb, but I live in a village outside. How do I get to practices? So there's a logistic barrier, and it comes up and says. So again, this is a general answer because it doesn't know the specifics, what word linking is, or the processes, but you can carpool, you can get the boost, the bus. But after I thought of that, if you can't make it to any practice, don't worry, you know that you're busy, blah blah blah. You don't have to take every side, as long as you do that. So there's I haven't really thought of some of those things. You tend not to find them on website, but that might be legitimate term for some potential recruits. And so on your website, maybe you could just add some of those things. But by the way, in the future, these type of queries will probably be the norm for search engines such as Google and Bing. So when you ask a query, Google or Bing search engines will give you this type of answer because it's harvested and analysed the information on your website. So rather than giving a link to your website, it can give you the answer directly based on the information on your website, or indeed on your profile in the Teamfinder service on the Orisfed website. And sensitive issues, as some example there, about addressing the sensitivities. So just a bit quicker. Words are important, but video is a killer. So not everybody reads all the words, just some of the important words. So we've said export RSI, welcome, that's the core level from complete winners, but friendly and welcome. Okay, I've got the gist of that. But before I make a decision whether to join them or whether those things are true or supported by the video evidence, we provide videos. And so here is a...
And now for something completely different!
Okay, so that was a 30-second video, the length of time which you can use on a Facebook story. So a number of different dancers, attention grabber at the start, and I've got something completely different scenes every 10 seconds, photos, and the videos show the music, the musicians, the kids, 8 dancers in one of the dancers, the different dancers, applause from the audience at the end, the promoting the hashtag so people just see that within the 10 seconds they know what to do. Just Google Coach Morris, they can have that in their short-term memory. And then finally, for those who love that but don't live near Lincoln, you can Google #Morris side finder to find other sides. So win for Coach Morris and a win for other Morris sides as well, because they're doing a bit of publicity for the Morris Federation, the Morris Federation community. So now we know about your task, recruit new members, you know about input, the words, the benefits, some of the benefits of focusing on your specific types of users, and the need to make use of video to complement those words. You're saying, that's great, I'm convinced, but how do I make those videos? I might already have some videos. Could somebody else use the videos I already have? What platform do I use to maximise the marketing and recruitment potential of those videos? Those issues will be covered in the next talk. Thank you.